right, we are checking out Tract 32 at the Devil's Backbone Project or the Howell County Project. Goes by either name. This is the most private tract. It's at the very end of the easement road. The road ends right at the northeast corner of the property, essentially. The white Tahoe is parked on the cul-de-sac, and that cul-de-sac, that turnaround, is actually a little bit before the property. The guys building the road didn't see a need to extend it to that property, which would then have everybody turning around the right at the northeast corner of Tract 32. So they did the turnaround a little bit before that, which gives you even more privacy. Kind of that cleared area you see right there, that's going to be at about the northeast corner of Tract 32. Now this property lays really nicely. I don't have the topo map right in front of me, but being familiar with it, I can tell you that the bulk of the east side is either level or close to level. It's got a bit of a dip, a bit of a swale in the middle as you go westerly, and then it gently rises up on that west side again. So just about every bit of this property is I guess you'd say level enough to be usable. There's just nothing that we could see on here that was steep, and in fact a good portion of this property was either level or pretty close to level. It just lays really nicely. Looking northerly on the easement road there, if we were to look straight down, we would see that there's a trail that goes along the east side of the property and then the south side of the property, and I believe we're going to see that in this video. This is kind of an early fall video, so you can see some of the leaves are turning red and orange. This is a heavily wooded property. Other than the trail and maybe some natural clearings, it's basically all wooded. We're looking westerly. Over there to the left, you can see a little bit of the trail. Tough to see now, but the trail is really convenient because it runs along the east side and the south side. It's on the actual property, the trail is, so you can use that to check, some of the perimeter of your property, or you could use it for a driveway if you wanted to, because it is on the actual property. We're flying westerly. That trail is basically in the middle. If you look straight down, you can kind of see where the trees are cleared, and that's the perimeter of the trail going around the inside of the east and south borders of the property. Off in the distance, you can see a farm. That's going to be just south of about the southwest corner of the property. Panning around here, you can see a tiny little pond at the bottom. That's just south of the property, like just south of the property. There may even be a tiny bit of that pond on the property. Now looking northerly, beautiful area. We're within a half mile of the Mark Twain Forest, actually in two directions, which is pretty fantastic if you're a hunter. If you're just into recreational uses, then having that national forest nearby is fantastic. We're talking many thousands of acres of public land that you can use generally for hunting, for hiking, for camping, for trail riding, multiple rivers and creeks for fishing and canoeing and floating. I mean, people come from all over the U.S. to come to the Mark Twain National Forest, and you've got it within a half mile of your property. So now we're headed back to the east. I believe we're just about over that trail that runs within the south boundary of the property. There you can see it toward the right of center. And it is a really good trail. We took it on the side-by-side, at least part of it, and we could have driven that with a pickup truck. You would just probably want to mow it first because there was some grass and brush, and you don't want to scratch your truck if you don't have to. But that's just one of the multiple bonuses about this property. The fact that it's at the very end is fantastic. Heavily wooded. The fact that it lays so nicely. It lays probably as nicely or better than just about any other tract out here. Off to the east, you can see an open meadow. That's not on the property. That's east of the property. But that's obviously going to be a factor in drawing in the deer to your property. I think that meadow is only a couple 100 feet east of the property through the woods. And now we've oriented northerly, I believe, and you can see that trail again. I believe in a moment we're going to, oh, okay, so we're right at the southeast corner. So now we're looking west. There's the trail. We were looking north at the trail. So we're kind of gently headed back westerly, I believe, over the south, roughly half of the property, unless I got turned around, but I don't think I did. You're going to find a beautiful mixture of timber out here, mostly hardwood trees. It was windy the day we did this drone video. You'll find red oak, white oak. We've seen hickory trees, black walnut trees, pecan trees, all sorts of timber out here. Some pine trees, some cedar trees, but mostly hardwood trees from what we could see. The location is fantastic. You're rural and you're private, but you're less than 10 miles from West Plains, Missouri, which is the largest regional city in this area for sure. To get to a larger city going west, you'd have to go all the way to Springfield, which is actually only about an hour and a half to the west.
It's 10:15.
Beautiful property in a beautiful area, super private. You can see a brush pile there. That's going to be from just when the road was cleared and built, or when that cul-de-sac was cleared. And we're ending where we started here on the cul-de-sac, just to the northeast, or I guess just to the north of the property. Fantastic tract. That's tract 32 at the Devil's Backbone project, or the Howell County project. 8.16 acres. It is surveyed with the corners marked. If you have any questions, just let us know.